So this really isn't just the story of a band. It's the anatomy of survival. For 2 whole decades, Paramore has been a masterclass in resilience and reinvention. We're going to break down exactly how they went from teenage pop-punk darlings into one of the most acclaimed rock bands of their generation.
Okay, just look at this contrast. On one side, you've got that raw, super high-energy sound that totally defined the 2000s pop-punk scene. On the other, this sophisticated, kind of jittery post-punk that just won them a Grammy. So the big question is, how in the world did they make that leap? And more importantly, how did they do it without losing themselves? Well, the answer starts with a really powerful act of defiance.
Before they even had a single hit song, Paramore's entire identity was forged in this quiet but fierce battle for artistic control. And that one fight, it pretty much set the stage for everything that came after.
Yeah, this quote right here is everything. You have to realize Hayley Williams was just 14 years old when she got signed. The record label saw a pop princess, but she saw a rock band. Her insistence on being part of a band, not some solo act, wasn't just a preference. It literally became the foundational principle of their entire career. And so, just like that, the band was born in Franklin, Tennessee. You had the Farrow brothers, Josh and Zach, Jeremy Davis on bass, and Jason Bynum on rhythm guitar. This was the original 5-piece, just a group of kids totally ready to conquer the alternative scene. But, and this is a big but, there was some instability there right from the very beginning.
And this is a perfect example of what I'm talking about. Right before their debut album, their bassist Jeremy Davis quits, just up and leaves. So what do? They don't just write a song about it. No, they make his absence the entire theme of the record. That empty couch on the cover, that's him. That's where he was supposed to be. Talk about foreshadowing. It was a huge sign of things to come.
Okay, so that early fracture, that was just a tremor. What's coming next is the real earthquake. We're about to see how their journey to the absolute peak of their success happened at the exact same time as a complete internal collapse. I mean, it happened so fast. In a whirlwind 5 years, Paramore just exploded from this niche band to global superstars. You had the breakthrough of Riot in 2007, then the super raw, emotional Brand New Eyes in 2009. Their rise was just insane. But all that pressure started to expose these deep cracks in the foundation. And in 2010, the whole thing just ruptured. And look, when the founding members Josh and Zach Farrell left, it wasn't some quiet split. Oh no, it was a public explosion. Josh's exit statement basically called the band a manufactured product. I mean, the very thing Hayley had fought against from day one. For anyone on the outside, it really looked like the end. The band's future was a giant question mark. But, and this is where the story gets really interesting. That moment that should have destroyed them, it didn't. It actually liberated them. This huge public crisis became the launchpad for their most radical reinvention yet. See, here's the thing. Losing Josh Farrow wasn't just about losing a guitarist. He was their main songwriter, the architect of that whole pop-punk sound. So with him gone, there was this massive creative vacuum. And who steps in? Guitarist Taylor York. He'd been with the band for years, but now he becomes the new primary musical force, and he effectively rewires Paramore's entire creative engine. So they team up with producer Justin Meldal-Johnson, and they just tear it all down. Pop-punk was out. Instead, you get funk rock, new wave, even gospel. I'm not kidding. We're talking a full gospel choir on one track and ukulele interludes on others. This was not a subtle shift. It was a deliberate, high-risk leap away from the very sound that had made them famous. And the risk? It paid off instantly. Their most experimental album ever shot straight to #1, a first for the band. It was such a powerful message. Their audience hadn't just been waiting around, they had evolved right along with them. And this right here was the peak of that whole transformation. The song with that gospel choir, Ain't It Fun, won them their first ever Grammy. Think about it. They had to nearly break up to tear down their old sound, but on the other side of all that destruction, they found their greatest success. But if you think they stopped there, you're wrong. Their evolution was far from over. For their next big reinvention, they turned to the bright, shiny sounds of 80s pop and used it as a way to talk about mental health like they never had before. So on their 2017 album, After Laughter, the sound is all these vibrant, sun-kissed 80s-inspired synths. But the lyrics? It was their darkest record yet, all about depression, anxiety, and the exhaustion of just having to pretend you're okay. The music makes you want to dance, while the words are voicing this really deep despair.
You know, there's a classic literary term for this, juxtaposition. It's when you place two opposite things right next to each other to create a new meaning. And that's exactly what Paramore did. By pairing this super danceable music with these incredibly personal lyrics, they created this powerful commentary on the pressure to always be happy. It was like a Trojan horse, smuggling these vital conversations about mental health into irresistible pop songs.
So after all these years, all the lineup changes and the sonic leaps, what's the final takeaway? How have they managed to stay not just relevant, but totally essential?
Well, the answer is pretty simple. They never stop pushing forward. Their 2023 album, This Is Why, completely shed that 80s pop sheen for a nervy, rhythmic, post-punk sound. It was another complete evolution, proving once again that they have absolutely zero interest in becoming a nostalgia act. And wouldn't you know it, that album earned them the 2024 Grammy for Best Rock Album. It was the ultimate validation, right? It cemented their journey from these emo upstarts to becoming the elder statespeople of modern rock. They're a band that's celebrated for who they are now, not just who they were. Looking back, it's so clear their survival is no accident. It's the direct result of a few key ingredients: a willingness to take huge artistic risks, a total refusal to give in to nostalgia, the incredible strength of the Williams-York creative partnership, and a commitment to writing honestly about their lives, from teenage angst to adult anxiety. Ultimately, Paramore's story isn't just about music. It's a blueprint for creative survival. And it leaves us with a really critical question for any artist or band today. In an industry that so often rewards looking backward, what does it truly take to keep moving forward?